You're watching the Samsung Galaxy M21 2021 edition disassembly. If you need any tools, there are links in the description. First, the SIM tray needs to be removed. Once your SIM tray is removed, you're going to take a plastic pry tool and place it in between the back housing and the frame of the screen, and you're going to run it along the edges and pop off the catches. Once the back housing is loose from the frame, don't pull it off completely yet since the fingerprint reader is still attached to the back housing. You're going to have to heat up this portion a little bit and push it on the fingerprint reader to separate it from the back housing. At this point, the fingerprint reader can be disconnected and removed. Here's a better look at the plastic back housing. There's a layer of graphite over here to help transfer heat. If you need to replace the glass camera lens covers, all you have to do is apply heat and gently pry them off. There are 15 Phillips screws which need to be removed. Once the screws are removed, we can lift up and remove the top plastic cover. There are some light gray color antenna lines drawn through this plastic cover. Here's a look at the other side. The battery cable can now be disconnected. Once the battery cable is disconnected, we can go ahead and disconnect the rest of the cables. There's a wire cable or coaxial cable on the corner over here which needs to be popped off and disconnected. The front facing camera can be disconnected and removed. There's one Phillips screw located over here holding on the main board which also needs to be removed. Now the main board can be lifted up and removed. On this side of the board you can see the flash located over here and the secondary microphone over here. There's also some heat transfer tape over here on top of the shields. And here's what it looks like with that heat transfer tape peeled back. On the other side we can see the SIM card reader and memory card reader located right over here. And the proximity sensor is located over here on top. There's a graphite pad over here on top of the shields. And the camera connectors are located over here which can be disconnected by just popping them off. Once the graphite pad is peeled back, we can see a thermal pad which sits on top of the processor. The bottom plastic cover can now be removed. There are some light gray color antenna lines drawn through this plastic cover. Here's a look at the other side. So now we can see this flex cable over here which connects the main board to the screen cable over here, as well as this flex cable over here which connects the main board to the subboard over here. The coaxial cable down here also needs to be disconnected. There's some adhesive holding on the subboard, so we have to gently pry it up and remove it. On this subboard, there's a rubber gasket around this connector. The headphone jack is located right here, and the charger port is located right over here. The primary microphone is located over here in the corner. On the other side, we can see a liquid damage indicator right over here, which is the square sticker. If you need to replace the screen, first you need to remove the SIM tray and the back housing. Then you would remove the screws on the lower portion of the phone where the plastic cover is. Remove that lower plastic cover. And then you have access to disconnecting the flex cable over here, which connects to the screen. You would heat up the front of the phone where the screen is, so you can loosen up the adhesive underneath, and you would pry your old screen off, apply new adhesive, reapply your new screen, and reassemble the phone. The speaker itself is located right over here and is held down with adhesive, so if you want to remove that, you have to heat this portion up, and then you would pry the speaker off. There is a rubber gasket and mesh filter over the speaker opening. When it comes to removing the battery, there are no provided pull tabs to help you pry it off, so you're going to have to either apply heat to the front side of the phone, so you can loosen up the adhesive underneath the battery, making it easier to pry it off, or you're going to have to use isopropyl alcohol and get some around the edges of the battery and let it sit for about a minute so it eats away at the adhesive underneath, making it easier to pry it off. Here's a better look at the battery. Moving on, the flex cable for the volume keys and power button is located over here on the side and it's held down with some adhesive, so you'd be able to remove that by gently prying it off. The earpiece speaker is located over here on top and the vibrator motor is over here on the corner, both of which are held down with adhesive, so you can apply a little heat and gently pry them off. As far as repairability goes on this phone, I would give it a 7.5 out of 10. Now it's time to reassemble the phone. Once all the screws are back in place, reapply the back housing. Flip over the phone, power it on, and you're done. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and if you guys want to see more videos like this, make sure you like, subscribe, and click on the notification bell so you'll be notified the next time I upload a video. Thanks again for watching, guys, and I'll see you guys in the next video.